Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Thank you, Jerry B. Appreciate that. We'll check in with him later. Alan Michaels here in Las Vegas. Alec Bowman is expected to race this weekend down in Mexico, but Hendrick Motorsports has got Anthony Alfredo on standby. Tony Stewart still leads the top fuel in the NHRA, and Erica Enders gets a big-time smack. And is Penske still cheating after Le Mans? We'll tackle it all because On Pit Road Racing starts right now.
Race friends, they're back together again. Live from Daytona Beach, Florida, it's Scratch with a K. And live from Las Vegas, it's Alan Michaels. Right here, right now, on the flagship station, the WCOBM TV network. It's On Pit Road Racing.
And to you, everybody, here we are. Alan Michaels here in Las Vegas. And a pleasant good evening to my partner down in Daytona Beach, Florida, Scratch with a K. And that's right, we spell it with a K right there. Good evening to you, sir.
How are you? Good evening to you.
Well,
it's good evening, good afternoon. It's good afternoon to you. It's good evening to me.
I'm still, you got to your 6 o'clock. I'm at 3 here. Well, man, 106 degrees today. And downtown was full of riots last night.
Well, right here we had 0 riots and it's only 82 degrees.
There you go. It's a lot better, and the ocean ain't far away, my friend. That's for sure. Welcome to the program today, everybody. Scratch is sitting down at the Nutshack Studios, Daytona Beach, Florida. Alan Michaels back here in Las Vegas at the WCOBM control room right here on Fremont Street. Our show airs each and every Thursday afternoon for you folks. 3 p.m. here on the West Coast, 6 p.m. on the East Coast, and we can run it for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. If Scratch and I get rocking and rolling, then we'll just let her fly and let her go. Want to thank our show partners, the Gene Woods Racing Experience, 450 Fremont Street, right across the hallway from us. Woods Family Sandwiches, WFSandwiches.com. Man, great food, great catering there. Lock in and load it up and get it going, man. The Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, you see the ticker going across the thing. We got money coming in. Scratch, we put a box out front and money is coming in. We're going to get that $4,000 we need to get those kids shoes, man. So everybody log on to the ticker right there, hit the donation button. We'll talk a little bit more about it throughout the show today. Want to say hi to our Las Vegas friends at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, LVMS.com. Racing at the Bull Ring coming up for you, Scratch. Night of Fire, July 3rd, man. And, of course, man, the South Point 400 coming up for you in October. Atlanta Motorsports Park, our good friends at Red One Scooters, Hammer and Harry's, and 2 new additions that we'll have some spots for next week. We want to welcome our friends from the El Cortez Hotel and the Downtown Grand, along with Hogs and Heifers is going to be joining us, Scratch. What do you think, buddy, huh?
Hey, that's great, man. Welcome aboard. I'm excited about that. That's it. It's nice.
Big news for you down at Daytona at the sports station there in Daytona, New Smyrna Beach. Take a second, tell everybody about it, buddy. We're going to rock and roll Daytona, New Smyrna.
Yeah, man. WSBB, that's the station call letters. We're going to start next Friday. We were going to start this Friday, but we want to make sure we got everything right. And there's just a few things we need to get wrapped up that we didn't this week. But the High Banks, the newest racing show here in the Volusia County area, will be in New Smyrna on WSBB. That's 106.9 on the FM dial down here, 1230 on the AM dial. And it's the High Banks. I have been promoted from the sports guy to the racing ambassador for that station. And the show will be Fridays from 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. I will be joined for Around the Country, which is the same thing we do right here, racing around the country, where we'll have these interviews that I'll be joined by you and Alan Michaels, man. Me and Alan Michaels doing something else to spread our wings in the racing community, man. So, yeah, that'll start next Friday. Like I said, it was originally scheduled to start this Friday. There's just a few little things that didn't get done over the past week that we just got to get done before we put a show out there. And I'm excited for it. It's going to be great. We feel like one of those things that we didn't get done that may get done by next Friday is the sponsorship that gonna hopefully be able to announce soon. And so we'll be rocking and rolling, and it's gonna be good stuff, man. I'm glad to continue a racing journey with you, sir.
That's it, man. Hey, want a special shout out to the Beatty Racing family, man. Numbers were off the hook last week with those fine folks, Carter, Kyle, the girls, Pat Beatty back there, Millbridge Speedway. Scratch.
They were a lot of fun.
Hey, listen, we got the owner of Millbridge Speedway coming on the show. Going to talk. It's a lady. Okay, her and her husband,
Okay.
and I was told by Pat Beatty, he said the husband's sort of shy. He's a good old North Carolina guy, doesn't really talk, but he said the wife will talk your ear off. So we got that. And also lining up for everybody, Scratch, the grandson of Dale Earnhardt Sr., Wyatt Miller, man. We're lining him up to come on. This kid is just like Carter Beatty. These are the next kids coming up through the ranks. This kid is just, I mean, he's driving stock cars.
Oh, yeah, I've heard a lot about him already myself. Yes.
And of course, Kelly Earnhardt Miller is his mom. And so Diane's lining a few things up where she wants to talk to him about. Can you imagine this, Scratch? Could you imagine Kelly Earnhardt Miller, first of all, dialing in 3 kids that she's got racing? She's got Dale Jr. to monkey around with, plus Control Junior Motorsports. How in the hell does a woman like this keep it all together? Well, Diane's going to ask her the questions, man, and we're going to find all about it.
Excited. That's exciting.
Let's roll, man. HAEDEN PLYBON coming up for you. Bottom of the hour at 3:30. Spokane, Seattle, Washington, West Coast, super late model stock car driver, man. Kids tearing up the tracks, man. Let's get it started. Scratch, I got it. Racing Weather brought to you by our good friends at Woods Family Sandwiches, 931 American Pacific, 3rd Suite 106, right on the Las Vegas Henderson line right there. You need some more information, catering details, World Wide Web at WFSandwiches.com. Monster Energy Series for you. Scratch weather in Mount Morris, Pennsylvania. It's open tracks now. We're out of the stadiums, buddy. We're in the open air tracks this weekend for Friday. Sunny skies and 84, dropping off to about 66 in the night. For Saturday, they got a 35% chance of an early morning shower, but should be clearing up for round number 2 with the daytime high right around 80. NASCAR is going to be down in Mexico City this weekend. That's right, 40% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, but the daytime high right around 75, dropping it off about 60 for the nighttime campers. Sunday, cloudy all day long, a slight chance of rain, highs right around 70. The NHRA is off this weekend. F1 is back in action in Canada. Great looking weather for the F1 series. Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Mostly sunny skies all weekend long. Daytime highs in the upper 60s, dropping off into the nighttime lows right around 70 or right around 50 degrees. IndyCar for you in Madison this weekend. 40% chance of rain. Daytime high is going to be hot and muggy right around mid 80s, dropping off into the low 60s. And for the World of Outlaws, Scratch, they're at home base, buddy. They're back in Knoxville, Iowa, man. What a great track out there. Friday and Saturday, sunny skies, 83 degrees, dropping off to about 65 in the nighttime. Scratch racing weather brought to you by our good friends at Woods Family Sandwiches, 931 American Pacific, Suite 106, right there on the Las Vegas and Henderson line. Info at WFSandwiches.com. Scratch, tell everybody racing around the track this weekend.
Yeah, man, I'm going to take you around the track. We got Monster Energy Supercross Series, round number 21, Mount Morris, Pennsylvania, June 14th. The Progressive Flat Track Series, doubleheader weekend, June 27th and 28th, the 2025 at Lima Half Mile in Lima, Ohio. Speedway Motorcycle Racing East Coast, June 21st. New York State Championship Round 1, June 28th. Champion Speedway and Hurricane Hank Bassett Cup. The West Coast Speedway Motorcycle Racing, June 13th. Speedway Sidecars Round 2 at Fast Friday Speedway, June 14th. Harley Night number 2 at Costa Mesa Speedway, June 21st. Flat Track and Speedway Dan Dowding Memorial, Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, June 28th. Bruce Flanders Ugly Hawaiian Shirt Night. That sounds like a fun time. At Industry Hill Speedway, July 20th, we got round 3 of the Speedway Racing Paris Raceway. Formula One, June 13th, 14th, and 15th, Pirelli Grand Prix. That's in Canada. The IndyCar, the series heads up to Madison, Illinois, June 15th for the Bomarito Auto Group Grand Prix. The NHRA is June 20th through the 22nd. Virginia NHRA Nationals at Virginia Motorsports Park. NOS Energy Series, June 13th and 14th, doubleheader at Knoxville Raceway. NOS Outlaw Late Model Series, June 21st and 22nd. I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway Park. The High Limit Series is a doubleheader weekend. The Diamond Classic, Lucas Oil Speedway, and NASCAR, ARCA West, July 11th, Sonoma Raceway, ARCA East, Dover Motor Speedway, July 18th. The trucks are off, and their next race is Friday, June 20th at 5 o'clock Eastern Time at Pocono Raceway. The Xfinity Series is this Saturday at 4:30 p.m. in Mexico City, and the Cup cars will go to Mexico for the first time ever on Saturday or on Sunday, June 15th. They will race at 3 p.m. Arriba, Alan. That is a look around the track.
Yeah, we got to get the Corona. You got to get the Coronas, the Dos Equis, the Modelas, and the tequila, the Cuervo, the Mezcal. You got to get it rolling because they'll be down there doing it right for you. That's for sure, man. We'll see how this tunes out.
I think everybody's going to be rooting on Daniel Suarez, but I could be wrong. I feel like he's going to be the favorite.
I guarantee. Yeah, I guarantee he's going to be the crowd favorite. That's for sure. Now, whether he's going to be the house favorite or not, but he's going to be the crowd favorite. That's for sure.
He'll be the crowd favorite for sure.
That's it. You got it, man. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, I've got the ARCA Menard series, and Scratch will get us started off on what happened with everything in NASCAR from last weekend. On Pit Road Racing is live here in Las Vegas and in Daytona Beach. Scratch down south. Me, Alan Michaels on the West Coast. Back right after this, everybody.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas. Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Somewhere right around September 15th, 16th, 17th, or 18th. I think that's when we ought to head to Atlanta Motorsports Park. Why, you ask? Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my partner down there's birthday is right around that time. So I say we pack the bags, my friend, call the show. I'll fly into Jacksonville, Florida. You pick me up there, and we're on our way to Dawsonville, man. There you go.
Sounds like a great time. I'm ready.
I'm ready to.
Yeah, I just saw your bull ring commercial too, and I saw the boat trailer race and stuff like that. And it just kind of, made me. Man, I'm jonesing for. I don't get to race for 2 months. I you know what? Being that I don't get to race again until August, I literally have been thinking about going back to Brooksville, which is where I went to high school on the other side of the state, because on July 4th they have a demolition derby. And I have that minivan, that I built for the minivan autocross, right? And we were going to use it for a boat trailer race, and we didn't. And it's sitting there, and, I don't get to race till like August. So I just keep thinking, man, maybe I take this minivan to Brooksville and destroy it completely. We'll see.
Okay, man. Get out there and do it, man.
Maybe.
All right. You know what you got to strap onto the thing, though, right?
I do, and that's where it would go right there.
All right. We're gonna take a look at NASCAR. I got the ARCA series, and when we get back, his Scratch will get us kicked off with the trucks from Michigan. Here we go. ARCA Racing hit the Michigan International Speedway for the Henry Ford Health 200. The ARCA series definitely put on a show for him, back and forth racing all for the whole 200 miles. Brandon Queen held off Corey Heim on the last 2 laps to pick up the win. Corey Heim finished in the second with Lawless Allen. Gio Ruggiero, LeVar Scott rounding out the top 5. This was Queen's 3rd win of the 2025 season. Point standings heading into the next event. You got Brandon Queen up on top. LeVar Scott currently standing 2nd. Lawless Allen up in 3rd. Andy Janowskis and Jason Kitzmeyer all round out your top 5. Segment brought to you by the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, LVMS.com. NASCAR returns for the round of 8 coming up the South Point 400, October 10th, 11th, and 12th. Tickets and camping, all the information, LVMS.com. Scratch, tell us all about the trucks in Michigan from last week.
Yeah, man, the trucks. Here's some fast facts for you from Michigan. Stuart Friesen won the DQS Solutions and Staffing 250 powered by Precision Vehicle Logistics. His 4th victory in 197 Craftsman Truck Series races. This is his first victory and 5th top 10 finish in 2025. This is his first victory and 3rd top 10 finish in 5 races at Michigan International Speedway. Grant Enfinger, he finished 2nd. He posted the 5th top 10 finish in 6 races at Michigan International Speedway. It is his 10th top 10 finish in 2025. Luke Finhaus was 3rd. He posted his first top 10 finish in 1 race at Michigan. Andre Perez de Lara, he was 9th. That was his highest finishing rookie. He was the highest finishing rookie. Corey Heim won stages 1 and 2, but finished 18th after being involved in a 10-truck wreck on lap 122. There were 20 lead changes among 11 drivers and 9 cautions for 47 yellow flag laps. The average speed of the race was 112.792 miles per hour. Grant Enfinger finished 2nd, followed by Luke Fenhouse, Ben Rhodes, Corey LaJoie, Matt Crafton, Jake Garcia, Chandler Smith, Andres Perez, and Lane Riggs. That was the remainder of the top 10 right there. The driver's points for the truck races. After 13 of 18 events, you got Corey Heim with 4 wins. He's on top. Chandler Smith has 2 wins. He's in 2nd. Daniel Hemrick, Tyler Ankrum, Stuart Friesen, and Rajay Caruth. That is the top 6 right there. They all have 1 win. And then you have Grant Enfinger, Lane Riggs, Caden Honeycutt, and Ty Majeski in the top 10. Outside of the top 10, Jake Garcia, Ben Rhodes, Gio Regario, Tanner Gray, and Matt Crafton.
I'm going to tell you something. That Caden Honeycutt's coming along for Nice Motorsports right there. In fact, we're going to try to get Caden on today, but he's got another. He's racing in one of the other little short tracks and everything else, so he was taking the day off. Scratch, the Xfinity Series had the week off, so no racing for them. They're back in action down in Mexico, but here's how it stands so far in the playoff standings. It's Justin Allgaier with 3 wins, 21 playoff points, and he's right now currently the season's championship leader. Then you got Austin Hill right there for Penske Motorsports with 3 wins. Connor Zilich with a win. Jesse Love right there driving for Richard Childress Racing. Man, we like that kid, man. I've watched him run at the Bull Ring out here. Kid's got some talent, that's definitely for sure. Currently standing in the 4th spot with 1 win. Sammy Smith standing in 5 with 1 win. Brandon Jones in the 6th position with a win. Then you're going to dip it down 7th through 12th. It's going to be Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, Carson Quaffle, Jeff Burton, Ryan Sieg, and Harrison Burton right there. Cutting below the line, Scratch, Nick Sanchez, Taylor Gray, and your buddy from Daytona Beach, currently right now 48 points back in the number 10 car. That's Daniel Dye. 6 drivers have earned their shot right now so far for the Xfinity Championship. Scratch, tell us all about the Cup Series at Michigan, my friend.
For sure. Before we move into Cup, I'm going to say this, man. Put Jesse Love in the 3 car. I said it. All right. Denny Hamlin won the Firekeepers Casino 400 at NASCAR Cup Series race at Michigan International Speedway. The win is his 3rd win of the year, 3rd at Michigan, and 57th career win. And, of course, he went back to saying that he's beat your favorite driver. Chris Buescher finished 2nd, followed by Ty Gibbs, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Zane Smith, Kyle Busch, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski. Stage 1 was won by Chris Buescher. Stage 2 was won by William Byron. The fastest lap bonus was earned by William Byron. There were 15 lead changes among 11 drivers and 7 cautions for 33 yellow flag laps. The average speed of this race was 142.574 miles per hour. The playoff standings after Michigan, which is race 15 of the 26 regular season cup races, you have Kyle Larson on top with 3 wins. You have Denny Hamlin in second with 3 wins. You have Christopher Bell in third with 3 wins. And then William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, Austin Kendrick, and Josh Berry. That is 6th through 9th. That is 4th through 9th, all with 1 win. And Chase Elliott is 10th. He is the first driver without a win. Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Chase Briscoe, Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, and Ryan Preece round out the playoffs currently, although Kyle Busch and Ryan Preece both have 322 points and are 0 points behind. Kyle Busch outside on 17th. Carson Hocevar, 18th. I believe that's going to be a guy that's going to win a race. And I think he's going to skyrocket from 18th. So I think Carson Hocevar is going to be fine. He just needs to win a race, which I believe he's going to do. AJ Allmendinger's 19th. Ricky Stenhouse is 20th. 9 drivers have won, so they've earned their spot to get in to the championship, Alan.
Segment brought to you by the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, everybody. LVMS.com. NASCAR returns for the round of 8, the South Point 400, October 10th, 11th, 12th. And if you need tickets and more information, LVMS.com. We're going to take a quick break. Scratch is going to take us to us. When we come back, we got a little NHRA news. Our special guests from the great Northwest on the West Coast out here from Seattle, Spokane, Washington, HAEDEN PLYBON will join us coming up in just about 10 minutes away from here. So we'll get some NHRA. Scratch, do me a favor, buddy. Take us to.
Hey, this is On Pit Road Racing for Alan Michaels out in Las Vegas. I am Scratch with a K right here on the old beach course in Daytona. We'll be right back with more On Pit Road Racing.
Welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, "Hey, you want some shoes?" I said, "Yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well." And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. Well, I'm not but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas. Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Goodness, man, we definitely got it rocking and rolling down here. On Pit Road Racing, looking for you right now, about 23 after the hour, about 7 minutes away. Our special guest today from the great Northwest, up there, Seattle, Spokane, Washington area, Mr. HAEDEN PLYBON will be joining us, man. Scratch, this guy's got the super many bottles rocking on the West Coast, buddy. I think you're going to like this kid, okay?
Right on, man. I was just trying to show you, man. I was trying to look up, I don't know if you can see that, but I was trying to look up the Bull Ring Championship Series race night number 7 annual Night of Fire, which is what that commercial was for. So I was looking it up because I don't see why we can't build something for me to race in that, and then I come out there, and then I go there. Gene, are you listening? Gene.
We got to find some junk for him, Gene. We got to find him a piece
That's
of
all I
junk.
need. Man, junk. Just give me a piece of junk and let me go. Like, that's what I do. I race junk. There's plenty of junk out there. Junk don't cost nothing.
Listen, not to get off of it before we getting completely off of everything here. You ought to see now. You know that he bought that Tony Stewart car, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But
He looked at a Kurt Busch car. He's got a truck that Brendan Gaughan drove in his first race in Texas. Now, I'll send you a picture of this. He got an Earnhardt car, not a junior. He got an Earnhardt car from RCR with a completely smashed front end. No, it's not the one.
That's cool,
But,
though.
I mean, he's got some people working. They know they've got the serial numbers off the body. They got the serial numbers off the motor and everything else.
Look,
Old front end, but yeah, he's collecting these things.
I raced a 2015 Toyota Camry. The one before that was a 2000 Ford Focus. Literally junk. You know, not the 2015. I mean, it's pretty nice, but it's turning into junk the more shit I hit. You know what I mean? But man, we're talking about nothing.
Junk.
I'll come out a couple days early, strip the car down.
Well, I'll pass the number along to you. All right. You ready for the NHRA?
I'm excited about what we were just talking about. I'm sorry, but yes, I am.
All right, take us there.
Sorry, I'm not good. We could have spent the rest of the show me begging to make this happen. Okay. All right, Gene, pay attention though. We'll talk. Okay. Time for a look at the NHRA, and this segment is brought to you by Hammered Harry's. Good fun times, service with an attitude, and home of the $5 margarita. So we can have a few of those while I'm building the car. 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
All righty, there you go. You got your pitch in, so we'll see what happens. Since we ended up so much time with that, I'll just let you know that Greg Anderson got his 1,000th round win officially. He is in legendary territory. There's only one other driver that's ever done it, and that's the 16-time champ, John Force. So at Bristol last week, here's Scratch. You get ready for the Bristol results. But as far as the this week's top qualifiers for the Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge, the Smoke Tony Stewart led the top fuel. J.R. Todd in your funny car. Aaron Stansfield in the Pro Stock, and Gage Herrera in Pro Stock motorcycles, all picking up some nice big tasty chicks from Too Fast, Too Tasty from Mission Foods. But tell us who won at Bristol, Scratch. Who was
top fuel winner at Bristol was Steve Torrance in the funny car. Ron Capps took the victory in the Pro Stock. Greg Anderson. Pro Stock motorcycle was Rich Gatson. Here's a look at the point standings heading into this weekend. Tony Stewart, he is on top. He's got Sean Langdon, who's just 71 points back. But Smoke, he is on top of Top Fuel, man. Awesome. Funny car, Austin Prock. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, he's just kicking, bro. He's kicking.
Yeah, it's awesome to see, man. I'm loving it. Funny car, Austin Prock, 31 points back is Paul Lee. Greg Anderson in the Pro Stock, and Dallas Glenn is 67 back. And the Pro Stock motorcycles, Gage Herrera, Matt Smith is 46 points back from him. This segment is brought to you by Hammered Harry's. Good food, fun time, service with an attitude, and home of the $5 margaritas. 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas. When I come back to Las Vegas, man, I got a $25 bill I'm gonna spend in there.
Yeah, right. You're ready to do them. Hey, since we're talking the NHRA, just real quickly, it popped up. I couldn't believe this when this fly on. The NHRA has leveled a $5,000 fine and deducted 100 championship points from Erica Enders, who scored for she was scored and was penalized for the use of her rear wheel tires. Okay, at the Super Grip NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals, they did not meet the NHRA approved specification.
Yeah, that.
Right, there you go. Anyhow, following the disqualification, Anders run during the fourth round of the qualifying on Saturday at Bristol due to the use of the rear wheels did not meet the NHRA approval speculations. Pro Stock. The following additional penalties have been announced: 100 points deducted and a $5,000 fine. The team has a right to appeal the financial penalty, but as far as the points go, No way, man. And I mean, in NHRA, this isn't like NASCAR, man. I mean, 100 points in the NHRA in your class. That's some big ground to make up. I mean, you got to be coming up with a couple of wins, picking up 2 or 3 wallies, and you better hope that everybody at the top of the ladder has had a real bad day. I don't know about this. I've known Erica Enders. We've interviewed her. Diane's interviewed her several times. I've interviewed her a couple of times. I've never, ever in my lifetime covering her out here and at other facilities ever heard of a speculation of anything going wrong, cheating, or anything like that at all. It's just something surprising. So somebody either slapped on a wrong tire or a wrong wheel or something, but the NHRA got it. And like I said, the $5,000, that's a lot of money to anybody. That can be appealed if they wish. But as far as the points, it sticks.
Yeah.
So,
big deal.
Little comment and thought about it?
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty big deal to me. I was going to make a stupid joke about maybe they left the trailer tire on there, because I remember back in I don't know how many racers have had to go through this, but if I would have said that, I don't know if anybody would have even known what I was talking about. Mm-hmm. But so back when I was a kid, a lot of times the dirt car wouldn't fit on the trailer when I was a kid. My stepdad's, I remember, and they had like a skinnier tire that they would put on one side of the car so the car would fit on the trailer, So mm-hmm. when that's what I was referring to as a trailer tire, like, you left that on instead because, like I said, they'd load up the dirt car on the trailer with tires that would fit on the trailer, and then they would take them off and put the racing tires back on. It was just kind of one of those things. I don't know how many racers actually have ever dealt with that.
I was looking through the article.
It looked like an old school thing.
I was looking through the article, though, to see if it was actually the wheel or the tire. And it just says that there were use of rear wheels. So I guess it was the wheel itself that must be out of line. Okay. So it doesn't say anything about, was it a wrong size tire? It says a wheel. So apparently Erica's team or the crew chief or whoever's making the decisions over on that car, That
doesn't sound like a accidental. That doesn't sound like a mistake.
I don't know.
That's probably why the points penalty is so high.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And, you got and we'll talk about it at the end of the show. You got a clip from MSN and the MSN sports page. Is Penske got caught cheating again at the Rolex or at where was he at, Scratch?
The 24 hours of Le Mans.
Oh, Le Mans. Oh, at Le Mans.
Yeah, the Le Mans.
And then they had speculations about a Daytona. Speculations. Well, we know two of the cars at Indy were messed up.
Yeah.
And now
like I said, I ran across it on MSN, and I just kind of half was reading it. I let you know about it, and we'll look into it here in a little bit.
All right, you ready, buddy? Hey, there's our special guest. He's popped up right there. You see him right there? He's up in Seattle, Spokane, Washington, up in the great Northwest somewhere. This kid's got a track championship. He blisters, buddy. I mean, when he gets on the track, he just absolutely blisters. Mr. Hayden PLYBON is standing by, and we're going to talk racing with him right after this. On Pit Road Racing continues with our special guest right after this quick break.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. Downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
go down there. You know what, Scratch? Maybe we ought to invite Hayden to go with us too, man.
Sure.
We'll take you down to
You're
Dawsonville.
talking about. I didn't hear you. That's what I thought you were talking about. I didn't hear you, but I knew when you said that you were probably talking about Atlanta Motorsports Park.
Yeah, man. That's it. That's the place to go. We're gonna go down there. We'll take Hayden with us, man. We'll get him locked and loaded in. Hayden, they got a drift track down there, Betty. They don't use go-karts. They use BMWs to drift on this drift track down there.
That'd be
Something
fun.
else. But it's cool, man.
Cool.
That would be
Special
fun.
guest. Man, we had him on. I think it was a little over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, man. We caught him coming up through the ranks, and I was looking back through some emails, and I was looking at my Facebook, and, you know, Scratch, if you look at this kid's page, man, I mean, there's not too many second, thirds, or fourths, or you don't see too many dequals. You see winner's circle. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Northwest up on the West Coast here, up towards the Seattle, Spokane, Washington, please make him feel warm and welcome his second appearance on our program. Good afternoon, Mr. Hayden PLYBON. Good afternoon to you, sir. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
Well, man,
Great.
let's get started. Let's let the viewers and the audience know out there how you got started in race. Let's recap because it's been a couple of years since you've been on the show. So let's get started with you and tell us how you got started going, man.
All right. Yeah, I started about 4 years old. I'm 21 now, so I've been doing it quite a while. I started in dirt go-karts here at the fairgrounds, and just from there, we kind of got the spark for it and moved up the ranks. We raced go-karts for good. I mean, I guess we still race go-karts to this day, but once I finally got in a big size or a full size car when I was about 8, and that's like a Bandolero, which I mean, I guess that's not full size, but like a, you know, bigger car on an asphalt surface. And then won a championship in that, and then we moved up to the legend cars, raced those for a few years. Won championship, bunch of races, a couple track records, and then once I think we moved into the late models when I turned 14, almost 15 years old, and first race off the bat we won, and then top 3 the second race, won the next race after that, and then ever since then we've just been racing late models. Got a championship about 3 years ago now at our local State Line Speedway, and then got the Northwest Super Late Model Championship the year before last. But we've had a rough go around. We started this year off pretty rough, but it's turned around now, and we got a race win and a couple top 5s. So it's been turning around. Been
Scratch got a
fun.
question. Scratch question for him.
Sure, man. Where would you like to get to from here?
I don't know. I think where I'm at is I'm having fun with what we're doing. We race super late models, and we kind of have just been traveling. We went to Nashville and Arizona and Vegas, and we go to the Derby, and just we've been traveling and having fun as a group. You know, moving to the next level, just it takes so much sponsor money and all that stuff. So
And more money.
The
yeah,
top 3
so,
things are money, money, and money.
Yeah, more
Not to
money and
interrupt-
more money.
Not to interrupt you, though, but I'm going to tell you, Scratch, I've been following this young man. Now, he's not a
Yeah.
kid now. He's a young man now.
Sure.
You don't seem like that you're having too much problem finding sponsors for the car, man, because every time I look, you've got somebody on the hood or the quarter panel of this thing. So your record, I think, is doing what it needs to do. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've been trying. I mean, we try not to ask people for money, but our big sponsors, Cascade Rain Gutters, was our own company. That's who brings in most of the parts, and then our Race Cows is another big sponsor for us. They do all our stickers and designs and online presence. He does my racing page and online website. So yeah, we got some good help behind us, and it really makes it fun, and we enjoy doing it. So
You've been out of here to Vegas. You've run the bull ring out here. You've been down to Arizona there, and you said to Nashville. Have you made it over to the East Coast, such as like Hickory, Langley, South Boston, the Madhouse in Winston-Salem? Have you made it over there? And are you chomping at the bit to go try some East Coast racing?
oh yeah, we're always down to go travel. It's just, it's so hard with how far away we are, but we try to travel back east a couple times. We went to the Derby, like I said. We haven't really been to any like Hickory. I've been like to the racetrack to check it out, but we haven't raced there. It definitely would be nice to. We were discussing trying to Slinger Nationals, but it kind of just didn't work out with it being during the week, So that was hard, but I'm hoping we hit that one next year, years to come. But
That's the
yeah,
big
we've
one.
been having
That's the
fun
big
with
one. That's the big one in the Slinger Nationals is the one that's in Wisconsin. Am I correct?
Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah.
At Slinger
Scratch,
Speedway.
that's a big time race up there. That's a big Dick Trickle type of thing up there, real close to them. And I mean, Dick won that event. I couldn't tell you how many times Dick won that thing. So, but
Awesome.
it is. It's a great track, man. And what I really heard that I got sort of disappointed in, and you know this, man, the local tracks are starting to shut down. Some of them staying, some of them getting bought out, whatever. Like we lost to Irwindale down here. And it just came down to the point, man, that somebody offered somebody enough money to buy that land, so that racetrack went out. I heard that's what happened at the Dells. I heard the Dells could be closing, and Rudolph could also be closing too. And it all comes down to somebody's wanting that land, you know, to put up a shopping mall or whatever, you know, and they want to do that. Scratch, next question for him. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, man. As a fan of racing, what do you prefer to watch when you're watching racing, or what do you prefer to go to and watch? Like, what do you watch as a fan? As a racing fan, what do you like most about watching it? What do you like to watch?
Recently on YouTube, I've been watching those the modified races, the Wheel and Tour modified races. Those are pretty cool. And I don't know. I don't go watch too much racing. I hate being at the racetrack unless I don't hate
unless
being
you're
at the racetrack,
no, I know what you mean.
Racing.
Yeah. You get the bug gets you even when you're at the track watching. You're just like, I should be out there. What am I sitting here for? I get it.
Yeah, exactly. But you watch modified races, or just I've been watching a lot of recap races, just what we're gonna go run. You know what I mean? Just so I just like studying. But that's about all the time I get for watching racing. I usually am either at the shop working on the car or at work. So
there it is.
That would have been he's sparking up on that one. That was probably going to be his next question. Is that are you one of those guys? I'll tell you what it is right now. Are you one of the? But you already just answered the question. But he's going to ask you next and I know he sparked up too because he loves it. I do too, though. If you were one of those guys that just drive the car, do you work on it too? But you've just answered that for the most part. But you work on it too. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I try to make it out there. I mean, so our guy that helps us, I don't fully do it myself, obviously.
Right.
Kevin Richards is my crew chief, and those cars are his babies. He's retired now, so he works on them all day long. But so it makes it harder for me because I'm at work, and then when I get out there, he's already done for the day. But I try to do what I can and make it out there when I can. I'm obviously all hands on deck at the racetrack and everything besides touching the car because he has the car. Like, I get the trailer and tires and fuel. I get everything else besides the car ready.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still out there helping him as much as I can, but so that's that. And then at the racetrack, I try to do as much as I can to help him with adjustments and try to understand the car better just so we can understand what it needs and how we can get around the racetrack better. You know what I mean?
He just hit the point right there. He hit the bullseye right in the middle. Parents, listen to what he just said. Parents, upcoming kids racing, get your hands dirty. Know the car, because working on the car is going to help you learn about the car. Am I right? Am I absolutely right, Hayden? Am I correct?
100%.
Okay.
Because once you know about like what you're doing, what you're changing, and what it's affecting on the racetrack, you can put it together, and it just helps you understand what needs to happen with the car more. You know.
For sure.
I'm going to say this. Have both of you, have you seen on Prime, have you seen Earnhardt yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Then I'm going to leave this out because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, okay? But really, really cool. But then there's, right after this, and we've got him coming on. I don't know if you've heard of him yet, Hayden. His name is Wyatt Miller. He is the grandson of Dale Earnhardt Sr. Kelly Earnhardt Miller's. So here's the thing. And you can, because you're into YouTube, check out latest thing from Millbridge Speedway, North Carolina, Dale Jr. about this kid. And here's what he said. He said, I wish I'd have done what this kid is doing now, because this kid knows the line, knows the car, knows how the car is going to respond to whatever change, whether they're taking a round in, a round out, tire pressure, whatever it might be. And Dale Jr. says this on this YouTube. He goes, man, I wish when I was younger that I paid more attention, because this little 13, 14-year-old kid knows how to dial a car in because he's out working on the car. He's understanding how the car works. And he says, it's unbelievable. Watch y'all both of it. Go to YouTube and see the latest
sure.
video for Dale
All
Jr. at Millbridge, man. And it's fantastic. And the reason why I'm saying this, and Hayden's backing me up in Scratch too, you got to get these kids out there in the garage.
Yep.
You got to get them busting their knuckles. You got to get a little blood rolling there. You got to get a little grease up underneath the fingernails. You know, maybe the tire's going to fall on their hand, or a tire going to fall on their hand, or they're going to bang their hand with a hammer. So what? They're learning about it, man. And that's that's this. I love it.
Hayden, as soon as you said it, I told you, as soon as you said something about working on the car, you hit his light right there. He just was like, bam! Oh,
Got
yeah,
all excited.
Yeah, we like that
more
though.
than
We
just-
definitely, we like it though. You know, that's
Go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead, Hayden.
Yeah, it's definitely more than just driving the car around the racetrack for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Any pre-race
Absolutely.
any pre-race stuff that you do, nutrition, hydration, or anything like that for you? Pass a little off to the younger kids coming up, what they should be doing before, not just right before they get into the car, but preparation, getting ready for race day. What do you do?
Like leading to it, I just obviously make sure to get good rest and then just drink lots of water and keep hydrated is the main thing. That's like A1 thing, because if you get dehydrated, then you're too late. You know, once you're dehydrated, it's hard to get out of that, and being in the race car uncomfortable is just not fun. You'll never be able to be consistent and, like, you know what I mean, comfortable. But that's like that's my main precaution I take, is stay hydrated and nut and bolt the car and just make sure I'm hydrated and got my energy. I don't know.
There you go.
That's all I
Maybe a little banana here and there for the potassium to
Oh,
keep the
yeah,
cramps
for
out.
sure.
Yeah, you know, there you go.
I
Yeah.
was on that for a while because I was going through a little thing where I was cramping up. So that or
Yep.
mustard packets, I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I've
I
never
heard
heard of
mustard. Kevin always told me he always had a mustard packet in his cup holder and a banana, just in case.
Really? I've
Just in
never
case
heard of
he
this.
ever
So you're
cramps
talking
up.
about like a little, like
Like
going
just
to
a little
burger
tiny
joint.
packet. He said he'd just
Yeah.
rip it and eat it, and that's what I hear. That's what he told me
Wow.
at least.
You know,
I
now
like
I'm gonna
have to
try
look
that
it
out.
up.
I got to check into this. I mean, you know, I like a little mustard on a hot dog, you know, with some chili and onion, man, but I don't know if I can suck down a pack of mustard, man. But
Yeah,
if it works, I guess if it works, I mean, you know, it works.
Yeah, something quick and
It's great.
and
I was
easy.
gonna say it's quicker than eating a whole banana.
Yeah.
Real quick question: what do you think of what do you think about the stock car guys flipping into IndyCar circuit? I mean, we've known the Andretti's, we know Tony Stewart did it. Kyle Larson, what do you think? Good. If you had an opportunity to drive, let's just say you stayed in a local type of market to drive a stock car, then bounce on over and drive an open wheel, would you go for it?
I'd drive anything. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as it's decent enough, good enough equipment, and I got a chance to win.
You
I'm
hit
gonna
another
race it.
button with Alan right there.
I just think it's really cool. Now, whether
I
this
think it's
all
cool.
can actually be done or not, I mean, it's a hell of an effort. I mean, Scratch
amount
knows
of
that
money-
I think
The amount of money in Indy racing is insane. I've been watching that. There's a Netflix, the F1 on Netflix. You ever watch that? They get.
I
have
haven't
not
seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
You'll have
I
to
haven't
check
seen
that out. It's pretty cool. It just F1 racing is a whole different type of racing in a whole. I didn't think there was that much. There's so much money and just they have so many employees and it's insane.
Huh.
It's really cool racing. But
I've
it's
been
cool
down
that
here
they're
twice.
branching into it and seeing like doing a different type of racing other than circle track.
Yeah.
You know.
It's crazy. It is. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's like, you know, I think when they came here the first time, there was seven or 10 cargo planes that hauled just the cars alone. Then you had a couple other planes that hauled all the gear and everything else. I mean, it is what it is. It's. I will say one thing about the Las Vegas Grand Prix. After watching several races on F1 and on ESPN and whatever, Skylink, whatever it might be, that here they sort of treat these things like stock cars out here. I mean, I've seen them just beat the crap out of going into that. Of course, they sort of do that in that, but throughout the race, it just seems like, you know, this is an open wheel car and you're treating it like it's a 3,500 pound stock car, you know, and I mean, beating and banging it. So I will say that for it. Here's my thought about the Las Vegas Grand Prix. I think they need to build a permanent facility for it. I think it was cool to do it the first year down the strip. It's a pain in the butt for all the locals. It's a pain in the butt for everybody that lives here because of the way they shut things down. There's a ton of land north. You've been out to the bull ring. You know there's all kinds of land out there. Put a nice permanent facility out there. This town has no problem about shuttling people around. We got more limousines, helicopters, Uber lifts, transport buses, and everything that you could think about doing it. And I just think it would be a much better deal. But that's my theory of it. You know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy they shut down that whole town for that. That's insane.
And boy, the thing about it, Hayden, is it takes them about a month to put all this together, right? So basically for 3 days, the one day of the race, and you got a day of practice qualifying, and then the day of the race. Then after that, it's another 15 to 20 days to tear it all back down again to get everybody back in line. So
you got it for one weekend, and then you got 2 months into one weekend. That's insane.
You're shutting down Las Vegas of all places for.
And what you're shutting down,
one of the busiest places around.
Ever.
The Strip. So what's up for the rest of the year? Just local, going to hang out locally up in the Seattle Spokane area. Are you going any more traveling for the year?
Yeah, we're kind of just playing it by ear. We're gonna do. There's a state line speedway race. It's a 125 pro late model race. We're gonna do this weekend on Saturday, and then I think the next one after that will be the summer showdown at Evergreen Speedway, and then kind of just up in the air past that. We're gonna definitely do the snowball derby again, and then I think we might try and go to the All American 400 in Nashville, and kind of just play by ear.
You know what's really cool too? Rockinham's they got Rockingham rocking again, man, with the trucks, the Xfinity, and the super late models are running over there too. I mean,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Scratch, you have one final. We got about 2 minutes left for him. I'll let him get back to work. You got one final comment or question you'd like to ask, Hayden?
All right. So you started at 4, right? Is that what you said earlier? You started actually racing at 4. Okay. So from 4 to now, how many victories total do you have? Do you know, like the total number?
No, I don't actually have I should have kept every trophy and I don't know. I should have a good amount, I'd say. Probably close to 100 or more. Have to be. Because even just 2 years ago, we won 16 races in one season. And
that's
then
awesome, man.
Every other one was a top 3. So
yeah, that's awesome.
It's got to be close to 100, I'd assume. I'll have to send you guys a picture of our trophy wall that we have.
Okay. Right on. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if everything works out all right next year, we're looking into something that really I don't think anybody does. People are doing all the podcasts, and you're live right now. Okay, you're live. So what we're looking at for next year is we're looking at purchasing a nice 40-foot tour bus and take this whole thing and put it on the tour bus so that we could actually go to the tracks that you're at, and instead of doing studio, we could do the live shows from track to track to track to track all around the country. So keep your fingers crossed.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be a cool thing.
Yeah,
that'd be a lot of fun.
As a race fan, I'm looking forward to it as well. As a race fan alone, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, hang out at the racetrack, talk to the racers. That's perfect.
Yeah,
that'd be exciting.
Got about a minute left for you. I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day and working with us. Scratch, I got all of them in the system. We don't know what happened, but it globally StreamYard, and as you can see, it's working perfectly fine. Yeah. So we don't know what happened, but here it was. And I was worried that we took him away from his job and this and that, but you always know that we give the last minute to the guest that's on the line. So please tell everybody where they can find you social media wise. Let's give a big shout out to your team members. And also, please don't forget your sponsors, my friend. Go ahead. It's all yours.
First of all, I want to thank you guys for having me. And there's no problem for the issues we had earlier. It's fine. But, thanks for having me on. And I just want to appreciate all my sponsors like Cascade Rain Gutters, Race Cows, Evergreen State Towing, and then my crew, Kevin Richards, Josh Aguirre, Frank Varner, my dad's Tom PLYBON, Cindy Varner, Brian Graham. I kind of got lost for what I'm saying here, but
it's okay.
Thanks again for having me on, and it was good talking with you guys, and hopefully we could do it again soon.
Let's do it real quickly too. Where they can find you social media. They want to you.
That was one I missed. Okay, yeah. So I have our website's HAEDENPLYBONRacing.com, or my Facebook's Hayden Plybon Racing or Hayden Plybon, and then that's my main two. So all the updates will be on Facebook and my website. So you also can buy merchandise at on our website. So
Hey, I'll tell you what. When you get done, send me your address, and I'll do you a swap. I'll send you. We have a nonprofit here. If you see the thing that's rolling across the bottom, what we do, Hayden, is we go to churches, missions. We've done it here in Vegas. We've been in Arizona. We've been in California. And what we do is we just roll up in the hot shoe van, okay? And there could be 100, 150, 200 people standing there, and we just put tennis shoes on everybody's feet. So I'll tell you what I like to do. When we get done, send me an instant message. When we get done, tell me what shoe size, and I'm going to swap you a pair of shoes for a Hayden Plyborn racing hat. How about that? Can we swap for shoes for a hat? Shoes for a hat?
Yeah, you want black or red? I'll send
No, I want. Oh no, wait a second. Black.
This is the red one.
Yeah. That's no,
the
that's
other
the red
one's
one?
white on the back. It's black and white.
No, I like that one right there. That's cool.
All right.
That's cool.
I'll get
Scratch,
you
don't forget, we'll get you one too. All right. We'll get you a hat too. All right.
I'll send you two.
All right. There you go.
So
I want to thank you so much, man. Good luck to you this weekend. Keep in touch with us, man. Keep the pedal to the metal. Be safe out there, and may God bless your racing journey, my friend.
Good luck,
Thank
brother.
You guys have a great day. I appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. You got it. Hayden Plyborn is joining us right there, man, and he'll be back with us. Scratch with a K down there. There we go. We're zipping it out. Scratch, take us to break, my friend.
Yeah, man, we will be right back with more on Pit Road Racing. This is Alan Michaels in Las Vegas, and I am Scratch with a K right here in Daytona Beach.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
There they go. The night of fire is coming. Boat racing, man. You got it. Strap them on. Whoever crosses the line with their car and their boat intact wins the race. Right, Scratch?
That's right. Now let's give me one, and I'll come out there and race it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we got that. That's for sure. We're doing it for you. I'll
do
tell you what.
I'll be out there. I'll be out there July 3rd. We make it happen.
Gotta find you a piece. I gotta find you some junk, man.
I need junk. That's all I need is some junk.
You gotta
as soon
find
as
you
we
some
get off
junk.
this show today, I'm gonna be looking at Craigslist in Vegas for junk. And
I'll tell you what, man. If you find you a piece of junk, I'll buy your fuel for you. Okay? I'll buy your fuel for you. You know, it's gonna cost you $100. It's gonna cost you $100 for the fuel. So if you get you a piece of junk to run in the Derby, I'll buy your fuel for you. All right. So that the only thing else we got to do is just find you the piece of junk.
Yeah, that's all I need. Junk. Is that all they do? I'm gonna look into it. I was already trying to look into it. I'm gonna look into it.
They have the boat races. They got the boat races. They got skid plate racing going on.
Right. It seems like they would have enduro cars that night. It seems like. I mean, I can't bring mine out there, but I can build one out there in a day.
Well, I got it. I'm
not kidding. I'm not kidding.
I got a nice big blow up queen size air bed with bed in the bag and pillows and blankets. There's plenty of food.
We'll put Gene Woods Racing all over that thing. Gene.
I know he's watching today. I know he's watching because he's home today. See?
Yeah.
So, want to remind everybody, January 31st, 2026, the 6th annual Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. There you go. Look at this. He's going to, man, I mean, well, there's the Gene there. He's got.
Okay, now let's go back to what we were doing.
Anyhow, January 31st, folks. You can log on to hotshoehalloffame.com. Get your entry right there. Come on out. Last year, 1,500 people last year. Some of the world's best, greatest motorcycle racers, mechanics. You know, Bill Reynolds was here, man. He did a lot of the stuff for Evil Knievel and Robbie Knievel, tuner, engine builder. I mean, just all kinds of people. The Pentons were here. You remember Penton Motorcycles?
Yeah.
The Pentons were here last year. I mean, it's a group of people, man. I'm going to tell you, Scratch, you want to come out and have a good time with us. Come out for the Hot Shoe. Seriously. It's a ball. I mean, it's nothing more than one gigantic cocktail party. And people reminiscing. I mean, here's the cool thing. You see people, whether they're it's 95% motorcycles. You get crossover. But people will pull out their 1947 team shirt. I mean, stuff like that. I mean, don't come here. You know, we tell people, if you come in a tuxedo or a nightgown, we'll throw you out the door. We don't want you there. It's not hoity-toity. It's not about all this and that. Here's what you need. All you need is a good Hot Shoe T-shirt.
Yep.
A little money because we don't charge to get into our events. Our events are free. So the only thing that you pay for is your cocktails. That's it. Woods Family Sandwiches caters the whole darn thing. It's fantastic. More information, donation. You see it scrolling across the page right there. You want to talk high limits racing and open wheel here?
Sure.
All right. Which one you want to go for first? You get to pick.
I guess we would go with high limits racing.
All right. Start us off. Go ahead.
Report is brought to you by Red One Scooters. Need some mobility help? Contact our good friends at Red One Scooters, 702-713-0587 to make your reservation. Need to get around? Call Red One Scooters.
There was a big, all kinds of crazy article about this, but with time and everything else, and us spending time with HAEDEN and talking junk. High Limits, man, that's the new series. That's great race. Enrico Abreu, man, he's going, 2 or 3 in a row. He held out Kyle Larson last week. Larson coming off of a three-weekend double stunt with the IndyCar, NASCAR, back to dirt racing, back to NASCAR again. But it was Rico picking it up the victory. He did it really well. That was at Red Cedars. Closing out the top 10, Aaron Retzel, Brad Sweet, Brent Marks, Spencer Baston, Dyson Pursley, Tyler Courtney, and Chase Randall. Point spread for you, or the points considering right now, it's Brad Sweet up on top, Rico up in second, Brent Marks in third, Tyler Courtney in fourth position, Aaron Russell in fifth, Justin Peck in sixth, Tanner Thorson in seventh, Casey Kane's running in this series. You remember Casey, man?
Yes, sir.
Like to see Casey. Casey's talking about coming back to racing in NASCAR. I don't know, man. The Dodgers are coming back.
I mean, I don't know. It's been a minute since he raced, but I always thought he was out a little early. I thought his career was a little shorter than it probably should have been, but I don't know about now. I don't know about coming back now, but
he's having a pretty good year with this. He's having a pretty good year running the dirt. Rounding out the top 10, Spencer Baston and Chase Randall. That's what you got at the High Limit, Scratch.
Well, this report was brought to you by Red One Scooters. Need some mobility help? Contact our good friends at Red One Scooters, 702-713-0587 to make your reservation. Need to get around? Call Red One.
They got them for you. We use them all the time out here at the Speedway. Racing news from the dirt brought to you by our good friends at Gene Woods Racing. The experience is located at 450 Fremont Street. It's Las Vegas, and it's the state of Nevada's only true indoor track. I got a note from Gina. He says, not only Las Vegas, Alan, the entire state, nobody in the entire state of Nevada's got a true licensed drift track. You need some more information, 702-270-8100. Great thing, if you log on to the website, Scratch, gokartslasvegas.com, we got $5 offs for everybody there.
There you go. That's
Tell
good.
us about the racing at Beaver Dam Raceway, buddy.
Yeah, man. NOS Energy Series is at Beaver Dam Raceway. Simply does not disappoint. Saturday's Jim J.B. Boyd Memorial delivered the latest piece of evidence. The Wisconsin third mile gave fans 40 laps of nonstop battling. Action was all over the track, especially toward the front of the pack. The $20,000 prize came down to a late duel between a pair of Californians in Brad Sweet and Carson Macedo. The latter had led from the drop of the green, while Sweet arose from a Donnybrook to secure the second spot on lap 25. And he wasted no time taking aim at Macedo. The big cat stalked the Jason Johnson Racing number 41 throughout heavy traffic as the laps dwindled. It all took was Macedo to have one slow set of corners on the bottom of turns 1 and 2, and Sweet pounced. The 5-time World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series champion ripped around Macedo's outside to take the top spot, and that was that. Sweet expertly navigated traffic on his way to a comfortable victory aboard the Casey Kane Racing number 49. Sweet pushed his win total to 92 with the greatest show on dirt. The Saturday score was his 5th at Beaver Dam, equaling him with Sheldon Haudenschild for the most at the facility in the World of Outlaws competition. It was also his 13th series win in the state of Wisconsin. Here's a look at the point standings after this weekend. David Gravel's on top, followed by Michael Kofoid. Carson Macedo is third. Logan Schuchard is fourth, and Sheldon Haudenschild is fifth.
You got it, man. And also scratch the World of Outlaws Real American Beer Series. That's the modified cars, man. They're coming back to action. A couple of weeks off, but we got a full schedule lined up for them. Series back in action June 20th through the 29th. 7 nights of racing on 6 different racetracks. All gets kicked underway. I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway in St. Louis, the Firecracker Face-Off June 20th and 21st. Then they move to the Independence Motor Speedway for Monday Madness on June 23rd. I-94, the EMR Speedway at Fergus Falls, the showdown on June 26th. Then we're back to River City Speedway in Grand Forks for the 27th. Norman County Raceway and Norman County Showdown for the 28th. Wrapping up that round on the tour will be the Nodak Speedway, and it's going to be the Mennonite Mayhem on June 29th. Currently, right now in that standings, Bobby Pierce leads the points over Nick Hoffman, 88 back. Ryan Gustin at 134, and Drake Troutman stands back at 198 points. So the World of Outlaws and the Modifieds are getting back in action for you, Scratch. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, man. This racing news is from this racing news from the Dirt segment was brought to you by Gene Woods Racing Experience, 450 Fremont Street, Las Vegas, the only true indoor drift track in all of Nevada. GoKartsLasVegas.com, 702-270-8100.
We'll take a quick break. Scratch is going to take it to us. When we come back from break, we'll talk a little bit from the IndyCar F1, and we got some motorcycle racing news. And then Scratch and I will take the last pat and get our chat topics because he's got a little interesting story from MSN. Was Penske cheating again? We'll find all about it on Pit Road Racing. Scratch, take us to break, buddy.
Yeah, that's my guy right there, Alan Michaels. He is at the WCOBM studios in Las Vegas. I am Scratch with a K. I'm in Daytona Beach at the Nut Shack Entertainment Studios, located on the old school Daytona Beach course. Can't get more racing than that. We'll be right back with more on Pit Road Racing.
Come on! What the yeah! Oh, man! Woo! That is awesome!
Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Going up for you right. Night of Fires coming up. Get your tickets, LBMS.com. Pick them up at the gates. It's entertaining. Always get in free here at the Bull Ring, man. So go down. A great fireworks show. About halfway through the season, Scratch. You know, after this event, they shut racing down here for a couple of months, man. It's just too damn hot. Especially with those kids in the bandos and the legend cars, man. 3-ply fire suits, 125, 30 degrees. They're sweating to death. Not safe, so we take a break here, man. That's it. You know what I mean?
I sure would love to come out there and do that instead of going to Brooksville and running a demolition derby. But not necessarily, but kind of. I mean, I'd much rather spend the 4th of July in Las Vegas. I think that would be fun, especially if I got to wreck something.
Okay, we're working on it.
I mean, race something.
Just tears it. Well, listen, if you're coming out for a demolition derby or whatever, then you're tearing something up, but here nor there.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk F1. Take us to it, F1 and all that. Let's do it.
All righty, F1. This segment is brought to you by our partners at the Atlanta Motorsports Park. For more information, you can phone 678-381-8527 or go to atlantamotorsports.com. Oh, what happened there?
Yeah.
Yeah, AtlantaMotorsports.com. I know. I had something flickered. Atlanta Motorsports Park is the country club of motorsports.
The NWT IndyCar Series had the week off, and here's what's happened. In point standings heading into round number 8 this weekend. Okay, the series is headed up to St. Louis and Metro East to Madison, Illinois. This intriguing track is about 1.5 miles long. 2.1 kilometers. Is favored by many of the drivers that have raced in there. They say the corners are sort of something like this. Turns 1 and 2 resembles New Hampshire, and turns 3 and 4 would remind you of Phoenix Raceway. It's sort of got the track's egg shape still remaining on the oval from the twin back in the twin ring Motegi era. Okay. Currently, right now, point standings in the IndyCar circuits. It's Alex Palou up on top, 306. Patty O'Ward back at 194. Christian Lundgarden at 181. Felix Rosenquist at 165. Kyle Kirkwood, your latest winner, at 156. Scratch, you got all the latest from F1, and Brad Pitt's coming to the big screen. Tell everybody about it, buddy.
Yeah, man, that Brad Pitt movie, which some of it was filmed right here in New Smyrna. From what I understood, and then the place that they filmed down there burnt down, by the way. I'll get into that later. But anyway, Brad Pitt, he's ready to race into the movie theater, and the new F1 movie. The anticipation is building ahead of the release of the F1 movie. It's F1 the movie on June 25th internationally and June 27th right here in North America. And one person who is especially excited for fans to see the film is Lewis Hamilton. After acting as a producer on the motion picture, the 7-time world champion has been opening up on the incredible learning process involved in his experiences of working with Brad Pitt and why he believes it will be the most authentic racing movie that has ever been made. Boy, that's a big leap, isn't it? He has a couple of comments from the champ. Oh, here's a couple of comments from the champ. Coming on board to this project as a producer has been such an incredible learning process for me, seeing what goes into making a feature film. And there's been a lot of learning on the other side, too, as everyone has got to grips with Formula One. I've always loved film and telling stories, and I've loved this sport since I was 5 years old. So when I got the opportunity to speak with Joe Kosinski and Jerry Buckenheimer about the project, it felt the two worlds I'm passionate about are coming together. I remember in the early days of the project, I got to meet with Brad Pitt and go through the script join meetings with the teams at Apple and Formula One, and be part of some of the early casting process, from those first conversations to watching it all come together, and just been a super cool experience. And I can't wait for everyone to see it. F1 is back in action in Canada this weekend, and the standings heading into this weekend are Oscar Piastri from Austria. He is at first. Lando Norris is in second. Max Verstappen is in third. George Russell is in fourth. Three people got normal names there, Alan.
I know. That segment brought to you by our good friends and partners at Atlanta Motorsports Park. More information, give them a call at 678-381-8527. Log on the World Wide Web at atlantamotorsportspark.com. Great place to go. Scratch and I are definitely going to get down there this year, man, and check it out. It's the Country Club of Motorsports. Scratch, take us right on in, and let's talk some motorcycle racing before we get done here. Then we'll have some chats before we're done. But take us to a motorcycle racing, my buddy.
All right. There it is right there. Look at that.
There you go.
Boom. Here we go. This segment's brought to you by the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, celebrating and preserving the memories of great motorcycle racers and the motorcycle industry icons, past and present. For more information, log on to hotshoehof.com. Alan.
Monster Energy, the 2025 summer outdoor season is underway in Thunder Valley this past weekend. The 450cc class took to the racetrack, and here's what your top five looked like. It was Jet Lawrence on his Honda picking up the win, Eli Tomac on the Yamaha, Aaron Plessinger on his KTM, Justin Cooper on the Yamaha, and Hunter Lawrence on the Honda. Up next for the series is Mount Morris, Pennsylvania. Both the 250 and the 450 classes will be racing this weekend, Scratch, and you've got everything coming up from the Progressive American Flat Track Series, my friend.
That's right. This weekend, short track at Lucas Oil Speedway, scheduled for Saturday in Saturday, June 7th in Wheatland, Missouri. Is that right? Because it's been postponed. I should have read ahead. It's been postponed due to inclement weather. The event has been rescheduled for Friday, July 18th. Okay, so that's what the mix-up was for me. Significant and unusual amounts of rainfall in the weeks leading up to today and continuing into Saturday morning necessitate the postponement of the event, which originally was scheduled for Saturday, as round 6 of the 2025 Progressive American Flat Track Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing. AFT events have confirmed that all previously purchased tickets will be honored at the new date. All advanced ticket holders will be contacted with more information. If you have any questions, you can email tickets at americanflattrack.com. The 2025 Progressive American Flat Track season, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing, will continue on June 27th and 28th in Lima, Ohio, with the Lima Half Mile in Lima Half Mile 2 scheduled for Friday, June 27th and Saturday, June 28th at Allen County Fairgrounds. After 5 events, here's a look at the points. The Super Twins point standing. Super Twins, Brian Bauman, Dallas Daniels, David Fisher, and the AFT singles is Tom Drain, Chase Setoff, and Trevor Bruner.
There you go. AMA Speedway National Championships Round 1 is coming up June 21st in Bakersfield. The AMA Speedway National Championships Round number 2 is August 9th in Industry Hills. The AMA Speedway National Championships, the finals are going to be at Fast Friday, September 19th. And the AMA Super National Under 21 Championships returns back to Bakersfield October 11th. Scratch, go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, man, this segment was brought to you by the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, celebrating and preserving the memories of great motorcycles racers and the motorcycle industry icons, past and present. For more information, log on to hotshoehof.com.
Quick break here. When we come back, we'll do a little chatting here. Scratch has got an article he dug up off of the MSN Sports page, and it's going to talk a little bit about Mr. Penske. Is he going 1, 2, 3? We'll find out because he's got the latest right after this, everybody.
Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a nonprofit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Out of here dry. Last time Scratch was here, he put me in a wall, busted me up good.
It wasn't that bad. You make it all sound like I almost tried to kill you. I mean, I wrecked you. You know what I mean?
You wrecked me all right.
I did. I know I did, but I didn't mean to.
I know.
Now it's funny because that's exactly the way I race, because I race, full contact racing. So what I did to you is just come natural now.
Okay. Real interesting story. Tell us about it. You got this off the MSN Sports Wire here, man. As Penske got caught for a third time. Let's hear all about it, buddy. Tell us about it.
All right, man. Well, I was flipping through, internet stuff or whatever, and I saw this story by Brad Brunell, and it's on the MSN site, and the headline reads, Penske Racing caught cheating at Le Mans, completing the trifecta after Indy and Daytona incidents. And the story goes like this. Penske Perfect was once the way motorsports fans describe Robert Penske's racing organization. But the team has really been tap dancing on the edge of the cliff lately when it comes to following the rule book in all of the various series it races in. So over the last 18 months, the team has had its times thrown out in qualifying over cheating scandals at all three of the biggest international events that it competes in. The Daytona 500, the Indianapolis 500, and now you can include the 24 Hours of Le Mans. After the defending FIA WEC champions number 6 car of Kevin Estrie, Lawrence Van Thor, and Matt Campbell showed well in Wednesday evening's qualifying session with the 4th fastest time and good enough to get into Thursday's hyperpole proceedings. The car was found by stewards to be underweight. So as a result of the car running too light, the car's qualifying times were negated, and the teams will have to start their Le Mans effort from 21st on the grid at the back of the string of hypercar class runners. So their Le Mans car was too light. Penske's having a problem.
I'm sure somebody had to roll that thing. I know these guys all got scales. The pit's got scales. You've been around racing enough. They put them on the scales before you take them to tech.
Yeah, man.
I had a comment, and actually a guy named Philip from Atlanta, Georgia, wrote me an email, and he said this. He said this is what he thought. Philip, I appreciate it. He thinks that Penske's got way too much control. Thinks that Penske either needs to do one of two things. He either needs to, well, actually one of three things. He either needs to sell his teams, sell the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, or sell the series. He's got too much control. He said, did you notice the article? He asked me if I saw the article with Jamie Little after the Indianapolis incident. Penske claims that he does not go to the shops. He does not sit on the pit boxes. He basically has no insight of what's going on in his race teams. I find that very, very hard to believe.
Yeah, I can't imagine, right? I can't imagine that he's just like, hey, here you go, have at it. You know what I mean? I can't imagine that he hands his stuff over and doesn't. I mean, not that he micromanages, but come on, man, you're not Roger Penske and don't have no idea what's going on with your stuff, do you?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, out of all the stuff that you own, Penske Media, you and I talked about this before. Penske Media owns the Life is Beautiful Festival here.
Yeah.
They own Rolling Stone magazine.
I just saw another controversy in the comments right here that says the First Lady, Diane Fox, said, hey, Scratch, he wrecked me pretty good once. So, maybe I was just giving you payback for wrecking your wife. You wrecked your wife at the go-kart track? That's terrible. And you're always telling everybody about me wrecking you. Listen, look at that. Look, it says it right there. I see it in the comments. You wrecked
All
your
right.
wife.
Okay, I did.
Okay, now we can move on.
Okay. I'll save the story for another time. I purposely didn't wreck her, but I wrecked her.
Well, I didn't purposely wreck you, but I wrecked you.
Hey, listen, man, that was about 8-9 years ago. It was a celebrity go-kart race we were doing. I'll tell you, it was for the Nevada. It was for the Nevada Kids Children's Suicide Prevention. We did a 90-minute event. We raised almost $20,000.
Nice.
I lost my hair that night. I had hair about as long as your beard. And if you could beat me on the track, I let you shave my head that night, which they did there.
And apparently you didn't want Diane to have anything to do with that.
Took her right out of the equation. I figured I'd be better off hearing the complaining once I got home.
Well, the cat's out of the bag now.
You know, she let it out of the bag now. That's all right.
I couldn't let it go either. I saw it and I saw it and I was like, I can't let that go.
Did you see it in Michigan last weekend? Boy, did that Dodge truck look bad. It looked bad. It looked mean.
It does look pretty cool, doesn't it?
It certainly did.
There's a rumor
it was pretty
too.
Cool.
There's a rumor too. I don't remember where I saw this, but it was the internet. You know, the internet never lies.
Yeah.
There was they're close to adding a fifth, which means the fourth has to be Dodge somewhere in the mix here. But they're close to adding a fifth manufacturer to NASCAR too, and a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be Honda.
Okay, you know what I've always said? Let them in.
But they're gonna run like a turbo 6 against 8s. They don't have to. I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but that was the rumor that I read, or that I'm starting based on what I read.
It was pretty wild. Tim Kaneka, CEO of Ram Brand, during NASCAR live event in Michigan International Raceway, the jaw-dropping moment, including the Ram 5500 hauling and custom trailer built specially for the Smoky Donuts, was pretty cool. They had it up on his platform, and he just spun the damn thing around. It was UFC Anderson Silva who took the shot, and they had air guns. They were shooting out Hemi T-shirts and everything else. I'm all for this. I'm all for this. Let them in. Let Honda in. Let VW in. Because you and I have talked about that. We beat this like a damn dead horse. The front and the back clips and the motor is the only thing that's different. Everything else you're buying from NASCAR. All right.
Yeah, that Ram looked good, though. It did. It really did.
Quick rumor that I saw, can't confirm it. I want to get back, and I'll try to get it back. You were talking Penske. Could Penske, there was a rumor also floating, could Penske be looking to leave and go back to Dodge? Could Logano and Blaney and those boys all within the next year or two be driving a Dodge?
Maybe.
It'd be, hey, listen, man, if Dodge starts offering all that financial help, he'll jump on it. Okay, I got to feel you out on this one on the 15th. NASCAR is going to make its history down racing to Mexico City. Recent NASCAR Commissioner Steve Phelps came to Brazil. Oh, man, they're talking about taking the Clash to Brazil. One more year at Bowman Gray in 2026. Should the Clash go to Brazil, stay here? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't. No, it shouldn't go to Brazil. I don't mind the Cup cars running in Mexico City. That doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm okay with that. You know, I don't mind that really. I mean,
to me, it's a spectator's race.
Yeah, but the Brazil thing, yeah, I don't think we need to do all that. No.
I say what you do is you run it at a short track 1 year, then you move it to back to Daytona. Let them run at Daytona. 1 year at a short track or a medium-sized track, then back to Daytona.
I wouldn't mind having it back in Daytona, of course. But
yeah, it was great.
I do kind of like moving. I do kind of like moving it around, but not to Brazil.
No. Phelps, get this international out of your head, man. Please. Please, Steve.
Yeah,
Phelps,
they
all
should.
this
NASCAR,
international out.
yeah, NASCAR should be doing more to get fans back. You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to trying to explore new ones. I know they're doing some stuff that's like I've said, I know they've made some decisions that I think are some of them are paying off, some of them are neat. Even the gimmick is still good, but the racing, I don't know. No, we don't need to go. We don't need to do that. I'm okay with them racing in Mexico, and that's probably about it. I mean, if they ran something in Canada, I don't think I would hate that so much either, just because we already intertwine a lot of sports between Canada and America. So that would probably be okay, but let's not go too far. Let's not get ridiculous. That race in Japan that one time was neat, but I mean, was it worth it? I mean, only because the Earnhardts were there.
That was it.
Right. That was it.
It's because the Earnhardts were there.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that made it successful. Them guys didn't know who. Those guys didn't know. Well, I don't even think Jeff Gordon was in it when they went to Motega. But Rusty Wallace and Jeff Bodine, they didn't know who those guys were.
No.
They knew who the Earnharts were.
Yeah.
I'm just, Phelps, I agree with you, Scratch. Let's do more about bringing, the older crowd is the older crowd, but you got all these young people coming up.
Yeah.
Instead of, worrying about going, because I'm going to tell you right now, I see European people come in this place every single day, and I talk a little racing when I can with them, especially if they have racing attire on. I can tell you right now, the Europeans don't give a damn about NASCAR. They don't care. To them, it's a joke. So why do you want to take it to Europe? You're going to get laughed at. Those guys are all into Formula One, 1,400-pound cars flying, precision, computer technology. They don't care about that bumping and beating and banging. They don't care about it. They don't care about stock car racing.
Yeah.
I hear it every day.
When they're trying when they're doing, these, when they're doing charter stuff and things like that to try to save money, going to Brazil is not part of the saving money plan. So are you guys doing charters so you can save money, so you can spend more money to go to Brazil? I mean,
I noticed that everybody flew on. They basically took everybody down on 3 big planes. Yeah, there wasn't nobody's. You might add a few of the owners, but as far as the teams, the drivers, and the crew, no, they weren't flying private jets, man. They put them on one big, super big passenger plane and flew them all in there. I felt sorry for the truck drivers who had to leave from Michigan to drive to Laredo, Texas for a half a day to swap, because they swapped the car stuff out and uniforms and everything else. Then from Laredo, they had so they got to the border of Mexico, then another 750 miles from there.
Yeah.
I feel for those truck drivers on this run, buddy. I mean, that's a haul from Brooklyn, Michigan to Laredo, Texas, a half a day, then down to Mexico City. That's a run, buddy. That's one hell of a run right there.
Yeah.
I hope they had Red Bulls and 5-hour energies.
I'm telling you.
Of course, I'm sure they had 2 or 3 drivers in the truck. So
I'm 3 Red Bulls deep right now.
Are you? All right. Good show today. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Working on a guest next week. We're glad this thing worked. Want to thank HAEDEN PLYBON. Good kid, huh, man? He's a good kid.
Yeah, man, I like him. We've had a lot of really good guests, man. I'm becoming. I mean, I'm already a huge race fan, but I'm becoming definitely much more of a race fan. Being able to talk to some of these drivers from all around the country, man. It's a great. I'm very happy to be part of this show, man. I'm really enjoying our guests, man. They're awesome. I feel like I want to root on everybody. What if they all race each other? I have to root on all of them.
Working on a guy from Bowman Gray. Burt Myers just had his 100th modified win.
Nice.
Actually, 100 modifies and 1 super late model. He's been at Bowman Gray for years. He tears that track up. We got to get Burt on the show.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I like that.
Should check it. He's a gentleman. We're working on the Wyatt Miller. Got a bunch of these kids coming from Millbridge, man. That's where they're all at. That's where Harvick's kids are running. The BD Racing Group's down there. Kyle Busch has got Braxton running a little dirt racing down there. So we're going to get this Wyatt Miller. I'm telling you, Scratch, when I'm done, get on the YouTube and watch this kid. And watch that video I talked to you about how Junior talks about him. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've caught a little bit. I've caught wind of him flipping through TikTok. When I flip through TikTok, there's a lot of like a lot of Dirty Mo stuff that I come across and some things like that. So because of that, I guess my algorithm has showed me Wyatt quite a bit actually, and different things with him. So I've been a little bit familiar with him up to this point.
Great kid. Can't wait to have him
exciting.
on. He's got 2 or 3 sisters that race too.
Yeah.
I bet you didn't know that. See,
I didn't. That I didn't know.
And Diane wants to put a nice addition together. Wants to talk to Kelly Earnhardt Miller, who is Dale Earnhardt's daughter, who is Wyatt's mom.
Right.
And this would be a great. I want Diane to lock this in, because can you imagine this? Now you think about this, Scratch. She's running. Basically, I mean, Junior's there, but I mean, she's running the show.
Yeah.
She's running Junior Motorsports.
For sure.
4 teams. Then she's got Junior. Then she's got to keep Junior under rail. Then she's got these kids racing.
And sometimes they have 5 teams.
Yeah.
Sometimes Junior Motorsports has 5 teams. They're 88 runs in there too with what's his face there? I can't think of it, but yeah, man, they got a good thing going on. I hope that someday that NASCAR makes it where Junior ends up having some Cup cars. That's what I hope. I hope whatever the future leads in NASCAR, it leads to Junior Motorsports being in the Cup Series. I believe he belongs there as an owner. I'd like to see that happen.
Yeah, here, you want to get the propaganda going? Yeah, France families just needs to get out. You're done. You know what would be the smart move? To see Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and even this, I'm even going to throw it in there, 7-time, to buy NASCAR out. Buy them out. How much you want for it?
Then you run it. Then they can't race cars in it.
No, not if
they
can.
Buy they can, but
well, I mean, Junior's pretty much done. He's retired. Tony's done with NASCAR.
Yeah, don't you think Junior loves being an owner though? I mean, a dude doesn't put 4 to 5 cars out there and not enjoy being an owner.
I'm just saying.
Me too.
Sometimes new ownership could be good. But you think of those 3 guys.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well,
I mean, not that part. I'm talking about the selling at all of it. I'm talking about the selling at all of it.
There's rumors flying around right now that Tony wants to buy in.
Buying in and selling out is 2 different things.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. I'm just saying.
Me too.
What if Tony Stewart, Dale Jr., and Jimmy Johnson all got together, pulled the money, and said, we want it?
The sport would probably be able to grow from there, I would imagine, pretty decently.
And we're getting rid of the kit car thing, and we're going back to building sheet metal cars.
That's a popular group of people.
Yeah. I'm just saying. It's all about, this, man. You work in the entertainment business. It's all about butts in the seats, man. Butts in the seats.
Yes. Yes.
Selling them souvenirs, selling them hot dogs and cold beers and Pepsi Colas or Coca Colas or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all about butts in the seats, man.
Yes, sir.
Once again, they're going to be racing in Mexico this weekend. 40 starting spots. We only got 37 in the field. And you want to take the show to Brazil. Okay.
Yeah.
You got a comedy gig tonight? Are you doing anything tonight?
I have a karaoke gig tonight at Mark's Sports Pub, so I'll be there tonight.
We better get this thing going because you're 3 hours ahead, but I don't want you late for your gig here.
No, man, I'll be all right. It'll be about an hour. I got to be there in an hour and 20 minutes. I already went and set up today so I could be lazy and show up at the last minute. Not that I do that, but I will.
Any final comments?
I had my comedy auction, my first one where I took over the show this past Tuesday at Peanuts down in New Smyrna. That's on Flagler Ave. in New Smyrna. It's the famous comedy auction, man. People like donate stuff or whatever,
Right.
and I get up there and I auction it off and make fun of people and make fun of the items, and we had a blast. So this past Tuesday was my first Tuesday doing that. I'll be doing that every Tuesday at 7. But man, that was a great time. I had a good time, man. Apparently they like me, so I'm good.
Did you do the auctioneer thing? How about a be on a 5 and
Well,
a 5?
yeah, I'm
Did
getting
you
a little
do that,
better.
man?
Not really, but yes and no. I'm getting a little better at my auctioning skills, but I'm more there for my joking skills. But
Okay.
I can definitely talk people out of their money up there. It seems like they like me enough that they start
That's all you gotta
battling.
do.
They start battling each other to try to outbid each other. So that's good. Try to get a little of their money for this stuff and have fun while I'm doing it. Make fun of people a little bit, harmlessly, of course.
Want to thank HAEDEN PLYBON for joining us today. Special shout out to Diane Fox, the First Lady.
Yes.
Diane got her shot this morning in her neck, man. We had to take her into the Nevada Pain Center, and they shot this fluid into her for her neck. So she's been down most of the day. But I see that she got back up to see the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me know that you crashed her at the track once.
Yeah.
It's probably why she needs a shot in her neck now.
All righty. Good show today. Thanks to everybody out there. Thanks to all our partners, Gene Woods Racing Experience, Woods Family Sandwiches, the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Atlanta Motorsports Park, Red One, and Hammer and Harry's. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, reach out to Diane Fox, 702-803-0875. The segment's called Racing Around the Country. You can also reach Diane at the Gmail at onpitroadracing@gmail.com. And just shout out to Diane. She's going to have a little conversation with you. She's going to ask you about your career. We need a bio to tell us what you've been doing, how you got started in racing, where you're at, a couple of pictures for the social media. And you'll come in and tackle me in the scratch. And we'll let you tell your racing stories. And that's what we want, folks. And Scratch, you're going to agree before we go. We don't care about all the numbers. Because let's face it, they all can, I call the computers idiot boxes. They can log on to the idiot box and find out who got most wins here or there.
Yeah.
What this show is designed is for people to tell their stories. Tell us your racing story. That's how we want. That's what we want. We don't care if you drive a Bando. We don't care if you drive a legend car, a super late model, if you drive dirt, if you drive asphalt.
Look, I race junk. I'm the co-host of this show. I race junk.
Junk.
I ain't won a damn thing.
I'm going to call for John. Have yourself a good evening.
You as well.
Take good care. Have a good time over at the karaoke show tonight.
Oh boy.
And we'll catch you next week. All right.
Okay, buddy.
Once again, I want to thank HAEDEN PLYBON for joining us today. Seattle, Spokane, Washington, rock and rolling machine up there. Go watch him race. Scratch with the K down to Daytona at the Nutshot Studios. He'll be out at the karaoke down in New Smyrna tonight. Go check him out. I'll be down here with our friends at the Gene Woods Racing Experience tomorrow. Stop and say hi to him. I want to thank everybody. John, take us home, man.
Thanks for joining us for On Pit Road Racing. Follow us on our website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at On Pit Road Racing. On Pit Road Racing is written and produced by WCOBN TV. I'm John the Announcer for On Pit Road Racing.